Hello there everyone, this is Neko here, getting ready to play Script Mechanic. Alright, so in order to upgrade our base and all that, we're gonna need a hell of a lot of ember. Oh, and these guys, apparently they do despawn after a certain amount of time. I don't know if it's because if you don't feed them or what, but they do disappear. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure to like and comment and all that. It helps out the channel, lets other people find the stuff and everything else in between. And all that. And we're gonna be trying to build something because, as I said, we're gonna need to upgrade to this. We're gonna need 10 embers and a lot of metal block. Woo! Which we have a decent amount. I don't know how much is here, but it's definitely over 1,000. Now we're gonna do an experiment. We're gonna burn down a birch tree. I found that if you harvest one, it gives you about 100 wood, which means you get 9 embers if you use the crafting recipe. So if we burn down one with either the flamethrower or fire launcher or the plasma drill, and we get 10 out of it, then that means it's more efficient to do it that way. Now I'm not going to build something super complicated or anything. I'm just going to get the bare necessities and everything else in between. So fun. Uh, actually, we might just do I have a seat or should I just use uh? We have that one. You know what? Screw it. We'll use this. Oh, we're full. I guess we'll have to make some room. Which we're gonna use this. We're gonna use the turret seat and a few other things. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Probably 10 or so. Nope, 8. Sweet. We're gonna need one of those. We're gonna throw this back into here. Throw all that. We're rapidly running out of components. Yeah, baby. I do have some curious tests to try out. And not just with the burning stuff down. Alright. We're gonna slap the seat down, which is gonna... Or actually, no, I don't need that. I have this, because we're gonna use this. Duh. I think it's odd. Yes, it's odd. And we actually probably want to have this as low to the ground as possible. So we'll actually take this like that. Remove that. And we'll build across here. And this should be connected. Now we're going to need a little bit of room for the vehicle and a little bit of room for the engines. Looks like... that should be that. Now we need room for the... Well actually... yeah, well, it's going to be a little offset, but we can fix that later. So we'll slap you down. We are going to need some switches and a few other things, so I guess we can slap that in. Now we need some room for the collectors, which, again, we can slap this onto the side here. We'll have it about the same height. Hopefully we can take them on and off. The problem is I gotta make sure I have enough room to be able to spin it around. Okay. We're gonna need you. Right about there. And actually, we can lower that down by simply taking this. Ooh. And building across this, hopefully. Or does this not allow... Dang it. I was hoping we could have built lower. Oh well, I guess we'll worry about that later. For now, let's just at least get this Now we are gonna need a little bit of room for the stuff. As I said, it's not gonna be fancy. We're just going to give ourselves a little bit of clearance. And actually, we might need to... Yeah, we're gonna need steering, I think. So maybe we can throw steering up there. Basically, we're gonna have two engine blocks connected to this, or two wheels set up to this, or bearings is pretty much what we're gonna be doing. If so, then we need to lower this down to where we can get this over. We might want to go one more down. There we go. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is part of the experiment. Because basically the idea... Oh, I could actually, you know, we'll just do that. And we'll have to move this out to here. And remove that one. So if we place this here, we should be able to take the weld tool. Or we should be able... Nope. Awesome. But we should be able to pop that, throw that. Then we should be able to take this onto there. Perfect. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to have a steering wheel for, or we're going to have an engine for this. So one's going to be for tank steering, electric, fine control, and one's going to be for speed. In other words, we're going to use gas and electric on this for both speed and everything else. So whether or not this works is going to be a different story. We'll take you, we'll slap you here. I am going to try and build a better one. This is just here just to get started and everything else in between. So over one, down here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So three. Now hopefully this doesn't screw up my wheels. So like last time I did something like this on one of the wheels, and I think that's why my wheels were backwards. In other words, the reason why I have this one going backwards instead of forwards, because if I switch that and then I try to drive, my vehicle pulls to the left once we get going. In other words, right, I love that that isn't fixed, where I have to like stand under my vehicle to make sure. But basically, once we start driving, you can see we start turning to the left. Like really to the left. So if I want to fix that, I have to take the wheel. I believe it was that one. And fix that. And that stops the vehicle from turning. As you can see, I'm no longer turning left. So at some point I am going to have to fix that. But for now, back to this. Right, I forget that this is somewhat broken. Okay, so now we're going to need to extend this out because we're going to want to throw a chest on here. And then from there we can throw that right there. And then we can throw this right back here. Apparently we don't have enough to achieve the one goal. So 1, 2... 1, 2. I think we can trim up some of the stuff like that, and that should give us enough to get back. So we'll throw one on here. The problem is this does use a lot of bearings, which means it does become complicated, or it can become a laggy mess very quickly. And we might have to still... I guess I can make a little bit more. We don't have to be using this, but I want it to be kind of uniform. We could also trade it out for poles and a few other bits. So, blocks. Do we have enough to make ember? No, we don't. Nice. All right, well, I guess we'll look into temporarily using something else. I guess we'll use a little bit of concrete in the meantime, and we'll change it out or remove a lot of this. This is just to do some experiments, some testing, and a few other bits along the way. Okay. Throw you in, that in, that in. Oh, missed. That, perfect. That goes in there. That goes into there. Now we can take the electric, hook that up. We'll go with the outside. And we'll test that first so we can get that all set up. So that's going to go forwards, 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 forwards. So this will be left, right, right, left. That takes care of that. Now we need the gas engine, which will go into, well, actually, we'll worry about that first. Let's first get this. So now we need a container, which we have here. The problem is I think that should be good. Okay, maybe not. That one seems to sit on there just fine, but it doesn't seem to sit on here just fine, which means either this is not, one of these isn't centered correctly, and it, because if that's the center, 1, 2, 1, 2, does this mean this is not actually centered? The hole is? Huh. Oh, neat. Oh yeah, I love when that happens. Okay. For now, we'll worry about that later. So, I guess we'll do... Nah, we'll turn it, we'll get it facing up like that, and then have it sit up like that. And we'll do the same for this one to make it look neat. Okay, so electric, you go into the engine, that goes into the seat, because we'll have that. Then we'll throw the drill on that. Then we will have the gas go into that. This into that one into that. 2 goes into that, because that will turn the engine on. Number 1 is going to be the drill, and apparently we may need another switch, although we do have the door handles. And then from there, we'll take the plasma. Can we? Yes, we can. Okay. So the test with this is going to be the saw blade and the plasma drill. We're gonna see what happens. The problem is we may not be able to angle down as far as I would like, and I gotta see if this will fit. Oh, neat. Out of energy. All right. We'll slap on a door handle for now, and we'll worry about it later. Just in case, so we'll take number 1 and throw that onto the drill. Then we'll take the seats, turn that onto there. Did I make? Yes, I did. Okay. Although I don't think we need the steering if we're going to have tank steering, but, well, actually we do, because that's what the point of the gas is for. So, take you. We'll have to switch this. Oh. So we need to go buy 2. Flip. Okay. Let's go. I think we have enough to buy 2. I was hoping we had enough, or the connections would be enough. Guess not. Whee! Drift it. Bonk. Hit the tree. Once we get this built, we'll go test out burning trees, and we'll test out harvesting. We are gonna need wood, so we are gonna keep the wood attachment. But if it's more efficient to burn, we'll burn. Whee! Nailed the landing. Now I'm hoping we have enough. Woo! Where the hell did that come from? Money. Oh, nice landing. Yeah, baby. Admittedly, this is taking a hell of a lot longer than... Whoop. A hell of a lot longer than I anticipated to get to this point. Oh yeah, gotta stand under it just to get this to work. I hope they fix that at some point, so I don't have to stand under my vehicle. And with how fast this goes, I might be able to turn my engine down a little bit. Woo! And there goes the cow into outer space. And that one survived. Alright, let's hurry up and get to the mining, which we're slightly off. We'll go buy the 2 components, hopefully. Can you enter here? And what if I hit the button with you? What happens with you? Ah! Oh, he follows me. He can actually come with me. Although he looks a little... This is amazing. Okay, he still attacks. I wonder, can we build something to keep him in... Ow! Oop. Ow! Let me just build a cage for you. Well, I guess he can break that. but he seems to be distracted. Oh, he's not distracted anymore. Whee! Actually, I wonder, can we find a place to put him? I might have to find a place to put him. I'm wondering if... Ow! Stop trying to spank me. I'm not in the mood. Alright. Alright, for now, we'll play with this a little bit later. I was actually not expecting him to be able to actually make it into here, which is hell of interesting. I don't know if this is short enough but tall enough to keep him in here, but short enough that he won't die. May have to experiment with that. But that was definitely interesting. Ooh, actually, does that mean I could use this? Would this be strong enough to hold him? Oh, I know what's strong enough to hold him. Those batteries. We got 4 of those batteries. If I can find a spot where I can set them, I can put those batteries down, and we got ourselves a bot. Now, he might despawn in the future, but... 1, 2... I think it takes more than 6 to upgrade it again. But we'll have to look into getting a few things. Spuddling gun, I don't really care about. Circuit boards, I might go for. The glow gun, I'm not sure what the hell the point of this is for, but I might test that out. And then the wheels here, I might try and go for these, and then a few other things. But in the meantime, let's go back. I gotta turn that into like a 6-wheel and change up the rear suspension, and then see if we can actually drive upside down. I found that pulsing the chemicals seems to be rather decent way to do that. Yeah, look, my health here is not even this is not even reaching full max health. It's like a partial. Alright, grab that. Actually, can he dig through that? There's so many things I have a curiosity I need to test. Like, can he dig through this? Because if so, he might be able to dig through clay. If he can't dig through clay, we could set up a trap for him. If he can, or whatever. Definitely some more experiments to be testing. But nice to know we can bring bots up and down. Which makes me curious about what else we can bring. Chances are we won't survive if we try to bring anything else other than if we try to bring a farm bot, we might not survive, but hey. And actually, this might be too low, but... Woo, we still drift. I wonder if it's because of the wheels or because of like some kind of suspension thing. Who knows? I'll figure it out. Chances are it's the wheels because they're not properly contact with the ground, which means they don't have the same friction level that they're supposed to, and all that are fun crud. And it also could be that the suspension is not hard enough, so when the wheels bounce, they retract and lose traction, and therefore makes it where the vehicle turns or slides out. That couldn't be another possibility, because I'm watching some of these wheels actually lose traction sometimes. Alright. definitely be interesting and fun. Now, if we can go through and use a saw to break ember, then I might slap a chest on the back with a function to vacuum up stuff as an option. Alright, that was going to be for the saw. Now, you upgrade. There we go. So now we should be able to... What was it that I was trying to do? We have the last steering wheel in here. Okay, perfect. So that takes care of that. Now we're gonna throw this onto here. We're gonna see. I think we need to up this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is not happy with the saw right there, so we might need to clear this off. Alright, now we need number 3 into that. And that's going to be up here. Then we need number 4, which is going to be the chest, which we need to go make one. The problem is if we don't have any ember to do, and there's too much corn here. You know what? Can we figure out... No. Water. Here we are. We can throw corn in here. Throw the key down over here. We can throw the logic blocks down. The tub, which we can go do a quest for that one. We don't need you. Wait. Okay. I was gonna be like, that's a backwards drill. We are gonna need you for the saw blade. Now, still not happy, so we might need to raise that up by 1, which means we'll need to put you up like that. Take this and put this all up by 1. And we'll see if that helps. We can also technically put that right there, and then this, and then that, and that should give us a bit more room, hopefully. Okay, back to you into here. We need number 1 back into you. Number 2 is for the gas engine. 3 is going to be for the chest, and 4 will be for the saw, and we might need more switches. 3 is going to be the chest. So we'll grab the chest. We'll take you off, put you down, grab all the corn, go throw that back over in here. I mean, corn basically does nothing now. Now, I'm curious if I can continue to stack the health thing. Like, how far can I get my health stacked to the point that even farm bots are a joke? That would be fun. Okay, throw in the gas. Oh, I've got an extra battery. Okay. You are going to go in here. You're going to connect to you. We're going to need fast loop. 360. And I forgot to grab the chest, so we'll grab that one into there. We'll grab that. Apparently, this is too many connections. What's it take to upgrade? 4. Oh, wait. No, that's responsiveness. Okay, maybe we don't need to have all of these connections in. We are gonna need the 3 into that. And, dang it. This is like so many connections that I'm trying to make. Oh well. I guess we can hook this up and leave it unconnected. So we can come in, switch it on if we need to, and then make it extend. 15? I don't think we need to make it extend by 15, but it will help because we can come into here. So we can do that. That turns it on. That's spinning the correct way. Sweet. The response with the weight on here makes this really weird. So we might want to actually turn it down. Yeah. Okay. Not as bad with it being on a lower response. Although it kind of sucks. So now, let's see if we can move. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Slow as hell. Let's crank it up a little bit. 2. We'll crank this up to max. Now. Turning seems to be having difficulty. And it could be because of the... Well, this. Okay, let's flip you off. Turn that back over to here. And we may not want that at 15. This doesn't seem to be enough suspension weight, but good enough. Okay. So now we should fix the turning. So I need to see. I think you need to be turned this way. Okay. I think that works. So now we should be able to hook up the gas engine into these. Now hopefully the gas engine goes the correct way. I don't have to like... Why does everything keep max connection limits? Why? This is annoying as hell. And actually I'll take you. Might as well. Okay. Components. Might as well upgrade the engine. Okay. Not enough, but that should give us enough connections. If we had one more component kit, one more component kit, we could upgrade the suspension by one, and that should help out with that. But if I want to get the bearing suspension, we'll have to worry about that later. All right, now you should go into that one, turn that around, that into that. Perfect. We've got gas. Sweet. Now if I turn on 2, we don't have enough power. 2. Is it because of the... It might be because of the electric engine. It may not have... This may not be able to work. Woo! Okay, never mind. I thought it won't work. Nope. As soon as we cranked it up to max, it's just like, let's go. So, down 1. Now the electric engine is having trouble. So I may have to crank that up. Woo! Okay, we're too high. Oops. So at the rate things are going, I might just need to try and do this differently. In other words, we'll have the front wheels be like electric and the back wheels be gas. In other words, separate the two. I'm not 100% sure. But for now... actually, we'll keep that. No, we'll keep... Since this has, like, more... This has torque, so it should slow down or be slow. So we'll pop this off. And then... Yeah, reversing doesn't work. And forward is... The wheels here are backwards. Which means these are backwards. This is a waste as hell, apparently. Because I don't have enough weight in the front. Or we... Either way, this is turning out to be a pain. So for now, we're just gonna stick with where we can just wire up the difference if we need to for now. So we'll just get these hooked up. Right, left. Now, yes, okay, and then sweet, okay. The problem is this is slow as hell, which I was trying to make a type of system where it works for both, but oh well. Now let's go light one of the birch trees on fire and we'll see what it gives. Now I am going to experiment off camera with trying to make a hybrid. It does take me a little bit of experimenting and testing to figure things out. I thought I'd do this on camera just to show you guys how bad I am on the fly. And then what the difference is. Now, something I've learned with this is the distance of this remains the same. I think when you upgrade this, what happens with the range and the speed is the cone around it. Because I tried measuring it to see if there was a difference in length down below, and there wasn't. I was like, oh, alright. Do we get 9 or 10? If we get 10, then it's more efficient to burn. Really? You had to go and do that? Shouldn't fire... I was gonna say, shouldn't fire spread... Okay. Interesting fire effects. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see. Actually, you know what? Roasting trees. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means if we get 100... Oh, wait, really? Only 6? Hold on a second here. Because if we get 50, with 50 wood, we get 9. Or we get 4. And this is 100 wood. This is 100 wood. So we get 9. We just lost out on 3. It is... Do not... I'm going to have to experiment with this again. But at the rate this is going, do not burn down the trees. It is nowhere near as hell as efficient as crafting it. Stupid tree. Because if we get 6 again... Oh! Actually, I want you. I definitely want you because we're going to be doing a raid, which is going to be upgrading to the... Or we're going to be upgrading to that, but let's try another birch, see if we get another 6. Because if so... because then I'm going to show you crafting it. So... Really? Let's just turn this way then. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again. Now, let's come over here. We're gonna go chop this down. Which actually, if we're not gonna have the engine hooked up here, we don't need to worry about that. So we can actually take you and put you onto here. We can take 3. Oops, not that. So 3 turns it on. I would like to switch that around so that 3 turns, not turn it on, but extend it. And 2 turns it on. So, sweet. And 3? Why are you not connected? What do you mean? Didn't I grab you? I must have accidentally grabbed. Okay, now let's go over here. We'll chop this all up. Oops, knocking it around. Woo! Now the thing is if I could control the it might be better to actually extend it by a couple and have it right here, because then I might be able to better control it. But now there's 100. I'm not sure where the extra whatever came from, but that's 100. And just in case, we'll just pull this out and we'll do it like this. Nope. Well, manually, because there's 20. $40. $60. $80. And $100. All right. Yeah, see? 200. So, at the rate things are going, although, ooh, that makes, no, it should be more efficient to, well, for birches, it's 100% more efficient not to burn them, but to harvest them. These trees, I'll have to look at how many pieces there are, and then see how much wood we get out of it, and then decide from there. But so far, it looks like burning is not the way to go, without a doubt. Alright, let's shift boost. Admittedly, I would like to try and go a bit faster, but maybe I can figure out how to build a hybrid later. But we're going to go over here. We're going to go take the 200, and we should get 918, I believe, is how much we should get out of all of that. Because it takes 1 ember to craft the 5. And we already have some ember left over, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 3. That's 20. I think we had a few in there, but yeah, we got 18 out of that, which is versus the 6. In other words, we got 12 from burning, and we got 18 from crafting. So I guess now that's for birch. I don't know about these big trees. There might be enough fragments to them that it might be worth it to burn them, because it seems to be based on the number of sections to the tree. So depending on the number of sections depends on the number of, or in other words, depending on the number of rods. I'll have to count how many are in, how much wood is in one of those trees. Then we'll burn one of the trees, and then we'll see. But that's gonna have to be at a later time. I'm gonna probably go drive to the ember place, go harvest a bunch of ember, upgrade a bunch of metal into metal 2 or 3, replace my bot chipper into metal 3, and then pray we can take down anything else. So, in the meantime, if you guys enjoyed, please like. If you didn't, I understand. Not much happened. Just run around, building, some testing, all that fun stuff. We're gonna have to do a few other experiments as time goes on, but in the meantime, if you want to see more of this series, check out the channel. If you want to see other games I play, check out the in-screen credits. If you want to be added on to the in-screen credits, make sure to publicly subscribe. After a certain amount of time, I'll add you on, but make sure to do it before I reach 1,000. And whoo, we're getting close. Very close. Yeah, baby. Alright, I'm gonna get ready for the next episode, which means I might be doing a raid. Who knows? Who cares? We'll find out. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna let the credits roll out. I feel like this may have gone around once or twice. Oh well, bye-bye.